Hi everyone! As you may know, I like to do a lot of digital painting with my Wacom tablet. It's the bamboo pen tablet. I like it a lot, it's great. But the problem is that I end up just kind of putting it in my lap and I'm writing like this and I'm kind of like leaning forward looking at the screen and it's not very ergonomic and it gives me horrible back pains and stuff. So I've been thinking about, is there some kind of better thing that I could do? So I went to the store and I looked at easels and so forth, but easels are all really big and they weren't really right for this small kind of format, and I wanted something that fit right on my desk. So here's what I'm trying to build. At the art store they also had these flat pieces of wood. This is about $4, and I wondered, well, maybe I can make something that tilts up and holds it in the right place. And they also had these nice square little pieces, square and big and long pieces. And the idea is I'm going to try to put it down at the bottom like this. Hope you can see that. And once I've got that, I'll be able to put the tablet right here. And I'm going to try to cut it right along here to have it be the right size. Cut this guy and actually screw these guys into here. And in order to make it stand up, what I'm going to do is, once I've cut it, on the back I'm going to try to put some little spots right here and again screw through to make these legs that'll just hold it up right at the top. So let's get started and see what happens. So now I'm ready to draw some lines, and what I'm going to do is put this guy right down at the bottom like I was talking about. Make sure this is flush with the end, and I'm going to mark it right at the edge, and then I'm going to take a look at how this guy sits on that, and just for the sake of symmetry I'm going to leave the same amount of clearance above this as I had underneath, just so it looks nice and symmetric. So now to make the cuts, I'm going to use this Makita 5090D. This is a 3.5-inch circular saw. It is an amazing tool, but you've got to be very careful with a tool like this. I've got my safety goggles on. I'm going to do this out of the table. I'm not going to film that part. But if you do need to make small cuts like this, 3-inch circular saw can be just an awesome help for that. Okay, now we've got the base part of it ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use these screws, and I'm going to actually drill right into it like this. So these are going to go through this piece of wood into there. And I'm going to drill probably about a 1/16 of an inch pilot hole. Actually, no, take that back. 1/8 of an inch pilot hole into here, and then on the same thing on the other side. And then I will just drill it through. Okay, so I'm changing up the plan a little bit. This looks pretty good the way it is. It actually holds this guy pretty well. Got a nice little surface there. But I think to support it, instead of making the legs that we were talking about before, I'm going to actually use this leftover piece of wood. And I'm going to put it in the back like this, and just try to make it an easel in this way. Because the nice thing about this is I'll be able to stick the keyboard right, just wedge this right under my keyboard and still be able to reach around and hit the keys. So I'm going to use some L brackets, these little guys here. I'm going to put these on the back. And once they're in place and I join the two pieces together, I can actually bend them a little bit to get the angle that I want. Because these will hold in place, I'll be able to pull it. And I'm just going to use these little tiny wood screws, little steel wood screws, to hold them in. And I think this is going to work out great. So I'm going to drill those holes, put those in, and then show you the next step. Okay, the old Ryobi clutch driver has done the trick here. And we have got a nice joint here, straight at 90 degrees. And we've got these wood screws in flush with this guy, so we've got it perfectly here. But of course, this is going to be too steep an angle to hold it at, so the next step is to bend it. And I thought I would just show that on screen, because it may seem a little counterintuitive that this would work. But what I'm going to do is just put this solidly down on the surface, and I'm going to put one knee over here, and I'm just going to pull this whole guy back, like that. Because it's steel, it's gonna bend without a problem. There we go. Got that at like 30-degree angle right now, let's see. Maybe this is closer to 45. Now I can rest this guy here and no problem. But if I need to change the angle, I can again apply the pressure, and because it's a steel, it's going to do quite a bit of bending. You can look at it here. It's got bent right along that seam, pretty much right along where that second screw went. And it will bend back and forth a little bit. I can tilt this angle forward a little bit if I want to. Just like that. Tilt it back. And it's going to have some flexibility. It's not going to break for quite some time. It's some pretty solid steel. So I just wanted to show you one last scene where I actually had it set up. In this case, I've got it right up against my monitor, behind my keyboard. And that actually helps my posture a lot, because instead of hunching over the thing before like I was doing, now I've got it in a place where I can basically go up to it and draw. So now if I want to make a little guy, you know, I'm in a much better position to do that sort of thing. But anyway, of course, the art that you make with this is up to you. I just wanted to show you what it would look like in the setup. But also, you know, this stand isn't limited to just having a workspace for a tablet. You, of course, could put things like, for instance, like, you know, a book or something else that you wanted to read up here. Or you could use it as a music stand if you wanted to do that. You know, it's made of wood, it's quite solid. You've got hardwood construction here. Total cost of materials is about $10. You could make them very easily and use them for all kinds of purposes. So if you do make one of your own, I would love to hear about it and love to see a picture. Please post a comment on the video, and who knows where you will go with this. So thanks for listening, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.